Okay. So let's play some games. I did some practice this morning. This morning was early bird practice morning. I didn't upload any stats or anything on Twitch. I mean on Twitter, because I usually tweet about that when I end the practice. But today, a couple of interesting things happened. First, in the stutter step practice, I got through levels, I think it was 1 through 5 or 1 through 4, I don't remember exactly. I'll have to write that down to compare. But I actually went through the first 5 levels without losing any Marines. The reason why this happened, as of what I observed, what I practiced, is that I loosened up a bit in what was my, like, let's say, path of retreat, and I was a little bit more aggressive as to where I cut the lines of Zerglings, so I got better shots, and that actually helped maintain my Marines alive. And then just the counter was too big, so you have to lose something, but I lost less Marines. In general, like, on average, I lost less Marines per level in this past practice, so I think that's good, and it's something that I will watch afterwards, because I have the replay of it. I'll watch afterwards so that I can check exactly what was I doing, because I kind of did it in a very intuitive way, I guess. The Baneling practice, it's funny because I got to level 12, I think, on Monday. But today I didn't get up to level 12, I just got to level 11. The funny thing is that during the first 7 levels, it wasn't as frustrating to me to snipe the Banelings as it was before. Which is interesting, because sometimes my my accuracy will start slipping, my clicking accuracy will start slipping like by level 4 or 3. Like it slips a bit. I don't get it at the first shot, but this time I got all through first 7 levels without losing focus, because it's not a matter of whether my hand just only twitched or something and lost control, but rather that I lose focus and then I stop being that accurate and I start missing or misclicking. That's another interesting thing that happened. And on the macro practice, I think it was the same. I normally get a chance to do 2 runs. This time I did 3 runs. I tried camera hotkeys. I'm still getting the hang of it. They're not integrated. Like, it's not even 20% integrated to my play. They're not even there yet. They're up to maybe 10%. And that's the 10%, that's the beginning of the game. And then it totally slips. So I'm trying to gear it up with the rest of the mechanics, the rest of the movements of the hands, and the movements of the eyes, and the brain, and all that shit. So yeah, those were the things that happened this morning. So right now, we're gonna focus on some ladder games. I checked the VODs for my games against Ryza. Ryza's an amazing Zerg player. You guys should watch her. I'll just type it in right here. Follow my friend Ryza, because she is awesome. She's an awesome Zerg. She was a little bit rusty because I guess she took a break from StarCraft for a while. But she's back, and she is back. She's all in back. I mean, she's really cool. So if you guys want to follow her, you can go do that. She is an amazing streamer, very much worth your time. And she's really funny and really cool. And overall, great person. Okay. So I did watch those. And something that surprised me a lot is that I still get scared when I'm going to be aggressive on the early game against Zerg. I guess there was a point during, I think it was the mid last season and this season, where I was kind of like feeling comfortable versus Zurich. So comfortable that I was up to like I think it was 67% win rate against Zurich, which didn't happen to me against Protoss. It was the other way around completely. I think that with Protoss on the last season, I started at 17% win rate and actually ended up at 40% win rate, which I think is really great. And now it's one of my highest win rates, and it's above 60 or 60, I don't know. So that's great. But now Zerg is the problem. So I think I need to readjust to this condition where Zerg is pretty solid in the early game. But still, if I get a good engagement from an all-in, I should be thinking, or I should be focused on counter-attacking. Especially, there was this game where she took a third base, and it was really, really quick. And then I think she pushed with roaches, and then I pushed her back. And I watched her base during all that time, where she tried to reestablish her army. I had a huge window, well, in my opinion, a huge window. Well, in StarCraft terms, a huge window of time. I think so, half a minute or a minute, where I could have just gone there and pushed that third base so hard, and I didn't do it. Because I was scared. Because I was scared that Zerg would overwhelm me, as I usually am scared of Zerg overwhelming me. But I shouldn't allow that to happen, because that's when I throw in a game. And I think it was the third game, and I think Judo commented on this extensively. I shouldn't have quit that game. I had all the means to go back into the game and try to hold, because now my micro is better and my focus is a lot better. I panic a lot less, although I still panic a bit. But I just threw the game because I had all this built-in frustration of the previous two games, that at the moment that I saw my army evaporate, I was just like, I'm done. But it was not like the game was done or my possibilities were done. I was done. So that's all in here. That all came from my head. So knowing that, I just want to take these little minutes beginning the stream so that more of you guys can come in, of course, and just to share a little bit of the thoughts that I have, but also to put them out there and to not compartmentalize and bottle them up, to see also what you guys think, what your suggestions are, or what you have observed, because I can see some things and it's totally cool, and I think being introspective is great. Sometimes you need to put some distance between you and your thoughts and just look at them in another perspective, I guess. Okay, so enough said. I've talked too much already. So let's jump into our games and see what ladder holds for us today. I hope you have interesting games. Hope you have games that represent a learning experience, and hope they're entertaining for you as well. Entertaining for me, because I'm playing. I'm supposed to have fun because I'm playing games. So yeah, those are the musings of the Grizzles. Hope you guys enjoyed them. Shut up, Grizzly, and play some games!